Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends, and Bison. Kind of a thing, right? He is our newest character, first character of year 2 of DLC of Street Fighter 6, and he's actually coming out pretty soon. If you're unaware, he is launching June the 26th. So yeah, this month. Didn't we just get Akuma? Yeah, and now we're gonna get Bison too. So good times ahead. Now for Bison, he is definitely new. There's obviously shades of the old character, but he's not just the transplant of the Street Fighter 5 version, which makes me happy because as a fan of the character, the 5 version was my least favorite incarnation. He seems to be a mix of a bunch of different eras of Bison. And of course, some uniquely Street Fighter 6 nonsense as well. Now, there is a bunch to talk about in this trailer, both the gameplay stuff and also some lore stuff, because obviously, didn't Bison die? Well, yes, but he dies a lot, right? So let's get into it, let's rewind, and let's start at the start. Now, we can see Bison on top of a horse, and yes, this would be the same horse from the Shadaloo files. Man riding a horse imbued with purple aura, aka psycho power, tattered clothes, gotcha, bold but dignified look, all that, right? So his return was foretold, and here he's meeting Johnny World Tour. So just like anyone else, Bison will almost certainly just be one of your masters in World Tour, because, you know, that's how it's done. Now, as for the naming convention, this version of Bison does not know he's M. Bison, so he just kind of takes the name. So reincarnated, yes, but does he know who he is? Not so much. This time around, unlike all the other times he's died, because he's died in Street Fighter Alpha, he's died in Street Fighter 2, and now he's died in Street Fighter 5. In Street Fighter 5, there's no more support group, right? Shadaloo is mostly defunct. Maybe something about the resurrection process, he needed them to help him remember who he is, because obviously he can resurrect without them, otherwise he wouldn't be here. Also, shout out to Charlie for being as useless as a zombie as he was in life, because he didn't get nothing done. But for now, it remains a mystery. Now, let's get to the gameplay part of the trailer, because there's some really fun stuff there. 1. Horse not for show. He is rendered in the match. It is part of Bison's intro. And hey, we open up, we got a bunch of normals, right? Could be stand heavy punch, could be like a medium kick. Here we have a target combo. Interesting because Jury stand blocks the first hit and gets hit by the second, right? So very much so, the second hit must be a low. Next up, we're going to see a whiff punish. Now, this is M. Bison's classic heavy punch, like the old school one, and it seems to be a target combo as well. Goes into a giant, like, you know, Captain Kirk power fist. So another target combo looks like. And decent whiff punish, I guess. Now, this one we're going to look at as a pair here. So Bison's classic sweep, but which one is the sweep? So one of these has got to be command normal, one of these is the sweep. So the slide looks as stupid as it's ever been. It has incredible range. If it catches you low, they very much show Jury as stand blocking here and gets hit, right? So it's still going to be a very fast, mostly full screen low, and then a more traditional sweep as a whiff punish with the whole punish counter sweep option. So I'm assuming that the slide is going to be the command normal. Could be like down forward heavy kick or something, but he does have a more traditional sweep this time around as well. Here, more classic normal, stand medium kick, which whiffs, and then crouch heavy punch, which connects. Now, traditionally, in most games, it's not the best anti-air, so we'll see. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Now, here we got a whole sequence going on. This is where a lot of the most interesting aspects of the character are gonna appear, not the least which that explosion. So, jab into new move called the back fist combo, and note Jury here. She's glowing with more than just psycho power from the hit. There's a bit of a blue attachment to her. That is a psycho mine, basically a bomb attached to her. Sort of like what Bison could do with his V trigger in Street Fighter 5. And it is very literally a ticking time bomb and would appear to be a big part of his offense in this game. We're going to see a lot of it in the trailer. So it will go off by itself, or certain moves can trigger it, and if the enemy hits Bison, it will go away, FYI. So it's not permanent. And next up, the classic scissor kick. So hits the enemy, leaves the opponent standing, and here I should mention, Bison is indeed a charge character. He's a mix of motion and charge, just like every charge character now. So yeah, standing in their face, mine is planted. Gets the back throw off here, sending Jury flying on the other end of the screen. And she's going to try and take the initiative back here, go for a crouch medium kick, and it's going to very literally blow up in her face, because the mine has now went off, the time has elapsed. And yes, Psycho Crusher is back. It's not gated behind a trigger or something like Street Fighter 5. You can just do Psycho Crusher whenever, like you always should have been able to do. And not only is Psycho Crusher back, it's back with a vengeance, as we'll see later in the trailer. There's going to be some fun stuff attached to this. Now, next up here, we can see, after a forward throw, the mine's planted. Psycho Crusher is one of the moves that can force detonate the mine. So you can see here, hits with the Psycho Crusher, then it makes the bomb kind of go off, and then it launches Jury again in the air, which makes you think Bison can do something extra to follow up after the fact. They don't show it here, but makes you think that might just be possible. Here we can see more scissors kicks in action. So after landing it, once again, right beside the enemy, goes for a quick jab into that back fist combo, planting the mine. And now even more classics return. Yes, we got the head stomp, we got the follow-up, we got the devil's reverse. So this startup anyways is the devil's rise. And now when you're at whatever appropriate height, I'm assuming you hit kick or punch, and then it becomes either the head stomp or the devil's reverse. And as we'll see in a bit, apparently you don't have to EX it right away either. You can choose which one to EX at the moment of your choice. So that's kind of interesting. And as far as devil's reverse goes, it is also a move that detonates the Psycho Mine. As you can see here, hitting Jury, 2 hits now, because I'm assuming the mine's applied, and then you get the big old explosion after the fact. That looks really, really, really cool. I dig that a lot. Next up, some combo potential. So the big swing we saw earlier, counter hit, crouch medium kick, stand light punch, drive rush, because we can do that. Another crouch medium kick, looks like stand heavy punch, into the back fist combo, which detonates, because we already had the mine up. And then into level 1 super, this is the knee press nightmare. Classic super returns. Very fitting level 1. And crossing his arms while doing it, very imperious looking, as is befitting of Lord Bison. And then during the wind pose, you can see he's struggling a bit with the arm, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. There's definitely some funkiness going on. The resurrection of Bison is not going like the rest of them. There's some technical difficulties, perhaps. And going from here, yes, the classic version of M. Bison is here as well you would expect. Of course it is, right? And also a drive rush to make DJ blush. Like, look how ridiculous this is from full screen, right? Maybe he might still be a slower walk speed character. They very much, like, barely showed him walking at all, so it's sort of hard to assess. But he definitely has the drive rush going on. Now, the combo. Quick hit into the EX back fist combo, which ends with this just giant, brutal backhand. Little bounce, but not necessarily one you can combo from, but I'm sure it does considerably more damage and better Oki. Now, after the mine's planted, it looks like going for the head stomp, fakes out Guile with the flash kick, goes for the devil's reverse instead. And notice he doesn't EX until after, right? So the initial jump is not EX, it's the decision after the point chooses to go for EX devil's reverse. And after he catches him, once again, this is a mine detonator move, and then gets him pretty good. Now, doesn't show a follow-up, but with the juggle, the fact Bison lands pretty early on, you would assume he could probably land a Psycho Crusher or Scissor Kick from here, but I guess we had to wait and find out. Now here we get a punish counter combo, and this is looking a bit more sassy. So once again here we have the EX back fist, and notice the explosion this time, much bigger, right? Because Guile starts with the mine at the beginning of this combo. And since back fist is a detonator, that means if you have the EX back fist and they already have the mine up, this juggle, they don't show a follow-up, but there's no way you couldn't get something after this, right? So Bison is going to be like a combo monkey if the mine is up, it looks like. Will be a cycle of trying to apply the mine, and then once the mine is applied, then trying to maximize your damage out of it. Almost say like Akian or Poison, sort of like same cycle as that. Now after the knockdown, this is actually one of the more exciting parts of the trailer to me, as someone who's hated the Bison versus Guile matchup over the years. So EX head stomp, right? So notice here, we go for the hop, and then after we go for the EX head stomp, how fast it comes down. This is Guile doing Sonic Boom. This is like the fastest recovery fireball in the game, and he still manages to catch him. Now granted, kind of close, sure, whatever, but still a glimmer of hope against zoners. Bison, as we'll see later in the trailer, will probably be kind of strong against zoners this time around. Also, the follow-up here just absolutely stomps on you, and then jumps off your head. Our next ray of sunshine, Regular Crusher, seems to destroy fireballs. Now, I'm sure you have to be kind of deep into the move to do it, but still very, very welcome. Even better yet, EX Crusher, through destroying fireballs, EX Crusher is invincible to fireballs. You can see here Sonic Cross is happening, and that's multiple hits, and it doesn't even engage with it, doesn't clash with it, it just goes through it. So, Bison versus zoners? Probably going to be the best it's been in quite some time. I like it. So here we got more combo examples. Bison's got the juggles, it would appear. So looks like the classic Street Fighter V stand roundhouse, crouch medium punch into EX scissors, which is a launcher from which he gets that backhand combo, which will plant the mine and then, kind of go from there. That's the setup, right? Now here's going to be a whole sequence. So drive impact versus drive impact. Bison wins because it's his trailer. He's not Kotal Khan. He's not going to lose in his own trailer. So now we are again going to see that classic heavy punch. So this might be like a command normal. And then from there, crouch medium punch, EX scissors. And keep in mind the bomb is already on, so it explodes mid combo, just based off like the time part of it. And then drive rush, that target combo again that we saw earlier. Another EX backhand combo, reapplying the mine. And then, welcome back, Psycho Punisher. So this was his Street Fighter 4 Ultra 2, one of my favorite moves of all time. And it's so cool because he just like palms you and then just hits you in the gut. And I just love this move, basically. And if it's anything like the Street Fighter 4 version, he's going to be able to hold you hostage from like full screen with a lot of moves. Toss any random fireball, do any normal that has too long recovery, anything. Oh, boom, Psycho Punisher, gotcha, haha. This move was so cool. I love this move. I'm just so happy it's back. That's awesome. And going into our final sequence, we got a lot to go through here. So 1, the classic hell attacks. Jump, medium punch, and re-juggles in the air. That does return. That remains a threat. Here you can see comboing into EX Crusher. And here's the thing. So the mine's already up, right? So Crusher is a move that detonates the mine. But it looks like EX Crusher, if you detonate the mine, you get a whole bespoke animation about it, right? More than just the regular that we saw earlier in the trailer. So big old explosion, big old launch. Here we see EX head stomp, and this is EX on the start of it, right? Not just like do the move and then EX later. So there's definitely something up with that. And from that point, this also juggles, so 2 juggles, and then Crusher canceled into the level 3, the big cinematic level 3. And this is basically just the Psycho Crusher to end all Psycho Crushers. Specifically, this is the unlimited Psycho Crusher, which makes sense because Bison's a big fan of saying, "My Psycho power is unlimited." So, keeping with the brand. And that's the gameplay part of the trailer. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing. Once again, I did not love Street Fighter V and Bison. I know a lot of people did, but as a more classic Bison enjoyer, it just didn't fit with me, right? This seems to be a hybrid. We got a lot of the classics. We got, some of the Street Fighter V stuff as well, and it seems to be mixed together in a Street Fighter 6 version, and remains to be seen exactly how it's going to work, but so far, I'm kind of hopeful how it'll turn out. Now, I did mention some other Bison things, so let's talk about that. So there's this bit that was only shown on the game trailers part of the Summer Game Fest part of the show. I didn't see it because I was actually physically there picking up my badge. It wasn't on the YouTube trailer. And here we can see Bison in the Shadaloo stage that launched with Ed, trying to get his hat back. Everyone wants your hat back. But there's some interesting stuff happening here. When Bison is punching into this, psycho generator, whatever it is, you can see little flashes going around, right? And these are actually just old images of old games, like classic Street Fighter 2 and all that kind of stuff. So is this Bison ripping into the timeline or something like that? Is that why Terry and Mai are here? Because he broke reality? Is that why he seems to be a bit odd and not quite fully himself? These are the mysteries yet to be discovered. But all in all, very impressive trailer. Very happy with it. He looks like a worthy addition to Street Fighter 6. And coming out later this month, June the 26th. So, of course, naturally, when the time comes, I'll have all the coverage you could ever hope or want for, right? I like this character quite a bit. So, Bison will be getting this special treatment. So, look forward to that. And other than that, well, I guess that's the video. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some Street Fighter.